A sector with radius 10 centimeters and the angle theta is used to form the curved surface of a cone with base radius x centimeters, as shown in the diagram. The volume of a cone of radius r and height h is given by v is equal to a third pi r square h. Part I. Show that the volume v cubic centimeters of the cone described above is given by v equal a third pi x square root of 100 minus x square. First of all, we know that v is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. This is h, so we know that h is perpendicular with the radius, and this is the hypotenuse, so which is along the side. So we know that h square is equal to 10 square using Pythagoras theorem minus x square. So h is equal to square root of 10 square is 100 minus x square. So square root of that. So therefore, we just substitute back into the volume. So volume is equal to 1/3 pi. Now the radius is x, so therefore x square, and times the height. Height is 100 minus x square, square root of that. So therefore volume is equal to this. Part 2. Show that dv dx is equal to this. So from part I, we know that the volume is equal to 1/3 pi x square and then 100 minus x square, square root of that. So first of all, we write in index form first. So equal 1/3 pi x square 100 minus x square and all power of a half. So to differentiate this, we use product rules. So we first derivative this one here, the first. So we go dv dx is equal to, differentiate that is 2, you bring down, become 2/3 pi x. Now we derive the first times the second function, so which is 100 minus x square power half. Then plus derivative the second function, which is this one here. So to derive that, we use p/t, power angle trick. The power is a half, so bring it down, become a half 100 minus x square. So a half minus 1 give you negative a half. Power done. Now differentiate angle. So angle is in here. So differentiate this is minus 2x. So which is write this and bracket minus 2x. So it's done. So no trick, so I ignore. So this is done. And do not forget, times this first function as well, times this. So which is times by 1/3 of pi and x square. So now I just tidy up this. So which is equal to 2 pi x 100 minus x square, square root of this, all over 3. And this one here, the negative 2 and 2 cancel out. So which give me a negative number. So x times x square is x cubed, but is pi x cubed all over the negative a half. I bring it down. So it's become 3. So 100 minus x square and power half, so it becomes square root. To make denominator the same, for this I times by 100 minus x square, square root. So that become 100 minus x square, square root of that. Denominator same now, I just add them up. So this give me 2 pi x. Now because square root times by itself, so that become 1 whole, so which is 100 minus x square. And then minus pi x power 3 all over 3 100 minus x squared, square root of that. So expand this out, which give me 200 pi x minus 2 pi x cubed, and then minus pi x cubed, all over the bottom, which is 3 100 minus x squared and square root of that. These add together, so we give me 3 pi x power 3. So I take common factor out. Sorry, I run out of space, so I just do all together. So pi x, I can take the common factor out, pi x of this as well. So I take pi x out, so left with 200 minus, so I took the pi out and then x power divided by x, so give me x squared. This is x squared, so it's 3x squared all over 3 and then 100 minus x squared and square root of that. So now this is it. Part 3. Find the exact values of theta for which v is a maximum. From part 2, we know that dv dx is this. So to solve for maximum v, so we know that dv dx must equal to 0. So this means that pi x 200 minus 3x squared is equal to 0. So therefore pi x is equal to 0 or 200 minus 3x squared is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0, but we can ignore this one because it's application, so x is 0 doesn't make sense. Then we focus on this one. So 200 minus 3x squared equal to 0. We move the x on this, 3x on this side. That means 200 is equal to 3x squared. So if I divide things by 3, so that means x squared is equal to 200 over 3. So therefore x is equal to, now every time you square root, we must have a plus and a minus. But in this case, because of application, we can ignore the negative. So square root both sides, so which give me 10 root 2 all over root 3. So if I rationalize this, it will give me 10, because I times by root 3 and root 3, so 10 root 6 all over 3. That's its x value. Now we have to test it to make sure it is maximum is at x equal 10 root 6 over 3. So the best way to do this is just use side test, because second derivative of this is quite complicated. So we just use side test, is easier. So let's say we draw a table. So x and then dv dx. Now we just draw a table for this first. I just quickly draw it out. So this is 10 root 6 over 3. Of course you substitute in dv dx, it give me 0 straight away. Then I just put this in a calculator. So 10 root 6 is 8.16 and so on. So I just use the left of this, so which is 8. Left of this is, I just use 8, and the right of this number is 8.5. So now I just substitute this value in from calculator, which give me 11.2 for dv dx, and then dv dx for 8.5 is negative 28. I just try to write it's a bit smaller, so negative 28.5. So which is positive gradient, 0, and negative gradient. So you therefore maximum at x, I just write underneath here, at x is equal to 10 root 6 over 3. Now to find the exact value of theta which give me maximum volume, so we first of all, so from the diagram here, we know that theta, okay, circumference of this, or arc length if you like, arc length equal r theta. So the radius is 10, and this arc length here is the circumference of this circle here. So the length of this is 2 pi r, that's the circumference, which is 2 pi x because the radius is x. So now we just equate these two equations together. So which is 2 pi x is equal to r theta. Of course, from previous part, we know that x is equal to 10 root 6 over 3. So now we just substitute the value in. So that means 2 pi x, which is times by 10 square root of 6 over 3, is equal to r is 10 theta. So now all we need to do is just simplify. So we divide by 10 both sides, this cancel out. So which is 2 pi square root of 6 over 3 is equal to theta. So therefore theta is equal to 2 square root of 6 pi all over 3. Thank you so much for watching.